Hey guys, it's Matt, and I just thought I'd make this video quickly to give sort of an update on the Twisted Treeline Redstone game, because it's a bit late at night, George's gone to bed and I've been building this, so I just felt like making a video, because you know, videos are good. So we're going to go into here, man. It's too loud. It's 2 in the morning, and I can't go to sleep, so I like to be quiet. So first of all, in fact, actually, I won't show that straight away. Got better at it. I'll show the spawn points first. This is very early on. I've not done many parts to it yet, but you'll see what I've done. So basically, the two teams will spawn in bases like this, one on the other side as well, and they'll also come in on rails through here. In fact, which side am I on? I'm on the eastern one. So if I just warp to the other one quickly, there we go. Okay, this one's a bit better because this is what you'll come in on. You'll come in on a minecart that'll drop down here, and you'll get put in here. Then each team has a ready up lever. When you pull it down, that light turns on. When both teams pull them down, then these gates open and you can go out. But of course it's a bit more complex than that. So the redstone comes down there, it lights that up just because it's next to it, just to show that you're ready. And then the redstone comes down here, and then it goes all the way along, straight to the middle of the map. This is why when you're playing it, you'll need to have 15 as your view distance, like how many chunks load up in a radius around you. So we come all the way down here to the middle of the map, and you'll see another one, which is that one, which is the other team's lever, and then they go into this AND gate here, so this torch only turns on when both people pull their lever, and then that goes. Then of course this redstone here goes back off down there, back to the other base to open the gate, and then back that way to open up the other team's gate. And this, what all this does, this is an RS null. Actually, this just leaves this permanently on. So even if the levers are turned off, this will stay on, regardless of that. Then, and then what this does here is this bit first of all turns this into a blip. So this could be on forever, which is what it will be, and we'll say bye to him. This will stay on forever, although this will only blip once, one tick. So that's all that's there for. And then this big purple mass of repeaters is a 5-minute countdown. A 5-minute timer even, and it gives out a signal every 5 minutes, and we'll come back to that later on. Well, in fact, no, we won't. What this does is it connects to an orange. It'll connect to more things eventually, but what this orange does is it goes to all 3 of these big yellow blocks, and what these yellow blocks are where the minions spawn in lane. So right above us, we've got bottom lane here. That's roughly in front of one tower, and this is roughly in front of another tower over here. And what this does is, ignore the yellow for now, just concentrate on the orange. Is the orange goes into there and to show it lights all these torches, and above these are dispensers. Now these dispensers let out some experience orbs. Some experience orbs drop into these holes, and these holes have pressure plates, and the pressure plates are what are above these yellow ones. So when a player walks over this section of the map, the experience orb, some of the experience orbs will drift over the wooden pressure plates, and every single pressure plate is detected using these, and then basically all these yellow wires then come over here, and basically if any of the pressure plates gets lit up, it lights one of these up. That's all it is. It looks horrible, it's really not. If any of the pressure plates get pressed, this lights up, basically. It just has to look, it looks confusing, but that's because you need all this redstone to be able to sense it. And that's just a lighting glitch. Because basically, it needs to blip. That's what this does. It's the same thing as what's over there, because the experience orbs might land on the wooden pressure plate, and there could be no players there, but it'd still be saying there is, because it detects if there's players there, so this blips. So it could land on the pressure plate, only ticks once. Ignore that, that's just to make the ticks stay longer. And then that will come out here, and then that will go off and spawn zombies, which are the creeps. So that's what that does. It'll spawn zombies only when there's players nearby, and then this is just a 15-second timer, so that it'll spawn zombies every 15 seconds if there's a player nearby. So this will turn off every 15 seconds. This will turn off if there's a player nearby. If both those conditions are true, it spawns zombies, and that's what all these are really. That's basically the main thing that I've done today. So that's the other side, which is the purple team, I think, and then this is top lane. Oops, that's top lane one side, and that's top lane on the other side. Now the orange goes straight into it, and it lights the dispensers. The experience orbs despawn after 5 minutes, so this is why this is a 5-minute timer. After 5 minutes, another redstone pulse will go back into those and spawn more experience orbs. So after 5 minutes the experience despawns, and then this just automatically puts more straight into it. And of course the experience is to detect if there are players nearby, which is what the cyan wool and the yellow wool are. And that's basically all I've done so far. I'm pretty pleased with it so far because it looks cool. That's basically it. The only the only one other thing, there's just two of them, is these wooden bits here. There's one there and there's one here. Now if we go back above, we'll just walk to the eastern base. Then we'll go into the jungle, because of course in League there are neutral mob camps in the jungle. Now I've sort of done the same way that Hypixel did the Minecraft Dota map, because he did it perfectly. So this is going to be heavily inspired off that, because it was a brilliant map. That's what these are. These are the neutral buffs. Not neutral buffs, these are just the minions. These are the creep camps, because if I fly up above, you can see that red buff would spawn in the centre there, and then we've got minions here and over there, which I've also done, which is the other lot of redstone. If the lights are on, that means the mobs are ready to spawn. And when you press the button, they turn off and the creeps spawn. There's one up in this tree, there, one up in that tree, and then one on the opposite tree, there. Now, the reason I've put vines there is so you can't right click and steal stuff out, but they still get spawned. And then the signs there to stop the vines from going down so you can't climb up. And then after 50 seconds, that will turn back on and you can spawn more. So if we have a quick look at that as well. The other one's identical, it's just laid out differently. In fact, you know what, the other one's actually better, because this is done in a really bad way, whereas this one was a bit more of a logical structure. That was just me messing around. And as you can see there, actually, before we go back to the other one, this is the countdown. This is the 50 seconds. When that gets to the end, it'll go back into this RS and NOR latch, which will reset the entire thing. But I'll show the other side first. The time noon, so you can actually see what I'm looking at. We'll fly over here. There's a zombie. We'll get rid of him. Right. So these are the lamps up above, and the button is on this block here. So when you press the button, the redstone comes down here, and then this here is the RS NOR latch, so that this current will stay on forever, because we just need that. Well, of course we need that because we need it to be on, so you can't just spam the button, so things can't just keep spawning. And then it goes in 3 different ways. There's down there, down there, up here. Up there, all that does is it turns the light off. This stays on forever, so this stays off forever, so they stay off forever. That's basically what that is. So that turns the lights off. Down here, this goes towards the dispensers to dispense the creeps. So there's a tree over there, and there's 2 trees up there. That splits off. But we don't want those the redstone could stay on forever because it doesn't matter, but it lights the jungle up a bit too much. Well, it just looks better if it's darker, so this goes on and off quickly, and that's what this does. So if I turn that off there, get rid of all this. If I put a torch there, that's the output by the way, you'll see that it just doesn't do anything because it's not got any redstone to it. Right, now it should work. There, it goes on a little bit then turns back off. So do it again, on, then off. So that's what that does. So this stays on forever, but this blips, and then this spawns the creeps up there. So that's the second bit. The third bit, and the final bit, comes down here, blips again, and then this blip, of course, goes down through the countdown, 50 seconds, comes back up to the other side of the RS NOR latch, and then resets it, turns all this off again, which means it'll turn those lights back on. If you can follow that, if you're good with redstone or not good with redstone, if you can follow that, I'm very pleased with you, because I was struggling to follow that as well. That is what I've done so far. The next bit, of course, is red buff, then the neutral buffs, dragon, and the 2 other minion camps there. And then that'll be all the minions on the map. We've got jungle creeps, and I keep calling them creeps and minions. I'm not sure which ones I prefer. I call them minions in League, but creeps is just easier to say. So I'll call them creeps. And then so we've got creeps in the lane, and we've got creeps in the jungle. This is where you spawn over here, but I can't be bothered with this before. This is going to have some more work done to it. So everyone spawns here. Blue team, blue team, purple team even. You go through here, then there's a chest full of minecarts. You'll sit on one of those, press the button, and then these will go to the base, but I've not bothered doing that yet. That'll be a last minute thing, because it's not that important. And that's basically it for this video. No Jord, because he's gone to bed, like I said. And yeah, that is basically it. And I'll see you in the next video, guys.